I'm going to be a bit different. I'm going to say some things very quite different. You must have heard some people feel like living your best life is like going on vacation, traveling the world, doing so many things, buying luxury things, spending so much money, taking yourself out, pampering yourself. No, that's not living your best life. So it's being true to yourself. It's being free to choose, free to live, free to dream, where you're no longer, it's not acting and pretending like you have everything figured out. You know, if it's about luxury, traveling, and all of that, people who have perfect lives would have been some persons have um all of that, but yet they are not living their best lives. So that's not what it means to live your best life. So this is for someone who is at the point where they want to start living. They want to come to a point where they are true to themselves. They wake up every morning and they feel free. They are no longer dead inside. They're no longer feeling like they are stuck. They are living, they are waking up to their true self, where they are free to live, free to choose, free to dream. Where it could be deciding to stay away from that jobs that drains you, deciding to stay away from that friend that keeps looking down on you, that friend that keeps talking down on you, that person who is not that habit that is draining you and stressing you out. It could be some of those things that makes you feel dead, makes you feel unwanted, makes you feel broken. So this, I'm going to, so if you're just joining this channel, I've not really started, I just started. This is Let's Talk with Ene, a channel where we talk about productivity, consistency, building the right self-esteem and confidence, and also how to grow in your work with God. So if you come across this channel and it's something you relate to, it's a channel where it's just a starting phase, it's a growing place. We all are growing and learning together. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, and to like. So we're talking about living your best life. Now, a lot of times people think living your best lives is like showing up on, traveling to luxury places, spending money, buying things, and that is you living your best life. You know, it's coming to a point where you wake up to, you are free, where you are no longer dead inside. You don't feel dead. You are free to choose, free to live, free to dream, where you're not acting like you have everything figured out. You are living true to yourself. You are living true to your dream, where you are deciding to intentionally stay away from what stiffens your peace, what takes from you, what drains you. It could just be deciding, it could be that staying away from that job that is draining you, staying away from that friend that is that keeps looking down on you and talking to you anyhow and making you feel less of yourself. It could be intentionally protecting your space. It could be staying away from that habit that is stressing your whole life out. It is choosing you. First of all, you need to define what's best for you. What does it mean? What is it? What is best for you? Is it choosing to live again? Choosing to let go of certain things that makes you feel less of yourself? Choosing to start all over? Choosing to take certain steps because you want to create the best version of yourself? It's not about living a fake life. It's not about acting like you've had everything figured out. It's not even about traveling so much, or some persons feel like living your best life is that you are able to travel the world, spend so much money. You can have that, but you're not yet living your best life. You're not yet living your best. It's living at that point where you feel free, where you feel alive, where you feel accomplished, where you feel peace, where you feel happy. So if you just come across this, if you're just coming across this live, this is Let's Talk with Ene, and today I'm talking about how to live your best life. And it's probably something you're not, maybe it's not the kind of things you want to hear. It's not like, oh, travel the world, do this thing. So does that mean you need to have money and have a lot of money before you start living your best life? It's been free, being true to yourself, coming to that point where you are truly living, where you come alive, where you are not forcing things, you are not forcing things. So if this channel is something you relate to and connect to, I mean, we talk about consistency, productivity, confidence, even how to grow your work with God. So you can subscribe, you can like and comment. So living your best life, I've been able to say what it is, being true to yourself, where you are free to live, you are free to dream, you don't feel forced, you don't feel like, where you step out of that place where you feel like you are choking, where you truly begin to live at that point where you are yourself. And I give some instances where you choose to let go of certain things that destroys or reduces or hinders your ability to live, to be your best self. You could have everything, you could be traveling the world, and yet you're not living your best life. You're not being true to yourself. It's not about acting like it's not about acting or pretending like that everything is figured out. Meanwhile, deep inside yourself, deep within you, this is not what you want to do. It's a place where you are free. You feel free. You feel free to dream, free to live, free to choose what you want to do. You have peace. You are living. You are doing what makes you happy. So to attain that, sometimes you would need to declutter. Declutter physically, declutter emotionally and mentally. There are things you would have to let go, you have to remove. Sometimes it could even be as simple as rearranging your wardrobe, changing your outfits, cleaning up your place to start afresh, bringing out those books that makes you feel happy that you abandoned. It could be starting new habits. It could be decluttering the people around you, mentally, emotionally, choosing to let go of certain hurts in your life, choosing to let go of people, because it starts by even letting go of that person or those people that makes you feel less of yourself, people that look down on you, people who killed that fire in you. It could even be by stepping out of of certain places or letting go of a job that drains you. I was sharing with someone yesterday that there was a time I had to let go of a job that was paying so much because it took over my peace of mind. It was a very toxic environment. And even though the amount of money was so much and it was a good job, some persons were like, why would you leave that kind of a job? But it was preventing me from living my best life. I was not living. I was choked. I was not free. I had no peace. So even though I was getting the money at that time, this happened like some years back, I was not living. I was not free. So in order for me to begin to live my best life, I needed to let go of that job. I walked away from it. And it was from that moment I started to live sincerely. I mean, a job that took my self-esteem from 100 to 0. I'm not exaggerating. I lost myself in that job. I lost my self-esteem. I lost my joy. I lost my peace. I felt like I was being forced. I was choking. So I had to let go to start afresh. Sometimes living your best life would have to make you letting go, decluttering, letting go of certain things so that you can start living. I mean, of course, it's not, you have to have a plan too. You know, letting go of that job took me, what it did to me was that I became scared of applying for a job. I developed this phobia that I couldn't, it took me a long time before I was able to apply for a job because I was always scared that what if I get into this kind of place again? That was how much that job stood for me. That was how much it did to me. It messed up with my self-esteem. It messed up with my confidence. It messed up so much. It took a lot of, in short, I had to be traveling a lot of times to be able to. It was like I was doing a decluttering in my system. I was doing a cleansing and washing of my body, of my soul, my emotions, my mentally and everything, just to remove everything. And it took me a while. It was after, when I stepped out of that place, for me, I had to step out physically from that place. I had to let go everything from there. I started afresh. It was then I started living. You know, when I came out from that place, I felt like I was breathing new air, fresh air. I was feeling liberated. In order to start living your best life, there are things you have to let go. You know that there are things preventing you. For me, I was earning money from there, but I was choked. I was almost dying. My mental health was a mess. Funny enough, I didn't stay there long, so it's not like I was there for long. But the place was too toxic. It was too toxic. When I mean toxic, I'm not exaggerating. It was extremely toxic. When I even tell people, they wonder how I survived there for that long. But I had to let go for my peace. You know, there are certain people you have to cut off. I noticed that there was someone that anytime we talk, the person always wants to belittle every opinion you have. You can be celebrating something and person like, what is that? Are you the first person to experience that? It's not a big deal. The person looks down on you, he looks down on your effort. If you want to start living your best life, there are people you need to let go out of your life. You will discover that you can survive without them. You are not living, you are not able to do certain things because they're in your life and they are preventing you from truly living. It could be a relationship that is not making you live well. It could even be a boyfriend, a girlfriend or something. Or it could just be a friend. For some people, it could even be a family member. There are some places you need to step out. Sometimes it's the people around you that are preventing you from living your best life. And you would need to step out. If you are just joining, I see people are joining. We're talking about living your best life. And if this is somewhere that you relate to, we talk about consistency, productivity, how to grow, how to become the best version of yourself, how to get better in your work with God. Then so subscribe, like, comment. Ask if you have a question, you can ask. So we're talking about living your best life. And today, I'm not just talking about start traveling, make money. No. I feel you can do all of that and you're not still living. It's a place where you come to that you are free. You are being true to yourself. You are living it one step at a time. It could be starting all over. You declutter, you define what is true, what is best for you, and then you may need to start afresh. You may need to start afraid. You would need to start imperfect. The truth is, when I left that job, I didn't know where I was going to begin from. I already said that it made me develop this phobia for working. I didn't want to work anymore. Not that I didn't want to work, I was scared of applying for a job. What if I apply for a job and it's still as terrible as the previous job? And I start working at a place that steal my joy, steal everything. I was not living. I was not even able to express myself. I was not even able to do what makes me happy. I was just there. I was almost dead emotionally and dead everywhere. Of course, the money was pouring in. I could be traveling. In short, I remember then I was traveling every weekend. You know what it means to be affording to travel every weekend? Some persons will say traveling is living your best life. So you could be traveling, spending all the money, doing vacations, and yet you're not living because you're not happy. You don't have peace. You've lost your fire, you've lost your vibe, you've lost your energy. You need to find what is preventing you from living. What is preventing you from being free? What is stopping your freedom? What is that thing that has prevented you from experiencing freedom? That thing that is hindering your peace. You need to find it and you need to remove it. Is it a person? Is it a job? Is it someone? Of course, for some persons, it may be hard. Now, for me leaving that job, how was I going to survive? I didn't care because I wanted to leave. I could have died there. I became depressed. I could have done something. Something even happened there that was not so pleasant. So imagine if I remained there. Because I remember calling my parents and telling them that I can't stay here anymore. And I remember my parents saying, please come back home. It's fine. We have enough room in the house. Like that, something like that. So for you, you may need to think about it over and over. Because you probably, I had to go back to school to do my master's again. And then I had to take some courses. I had to travel to be able to clean my body, my soul, everything of all I had gone through those moments. It may be choosing to start that business you've been scared of doing. Maybe that would be what would make you begin to live. Pursuing that career you've abandoned for a while. You know, recently, I think last year, I started something that I'd been passionate about for a long time. It's something that I'd loved for so long, but I've not had the opportunity, the chance, and the courage to start it. And when I started last year, I felt like I was living my life, my best life. I felt so happy. I felt so peaceful. I was so excited because I was pursuing something that I'd craved for several years. I couldn't believe that this is me. This is me. I am living now that I'm doing what I love doing. It was hard getting to that point. It took a lot of sacrifices, a lot of spending my energy, my time, my efforts, and even resources to do that. But I was willing to invest that much to live freely, to pursue what makes me happy. It could be to start doing what makes you happy intentionally, to start pursuing what brings you peace, to start protecting your peace, to start protecting your space. You know, sometimes we don't intentionally prevent certain things and certain people and even circumstances, and it's killing us. It's preventing us from living. We are not living in peace. Our peace and our joy is empty. We don't have any of it because we don't have any protection. There are no boundaries. It could be to start setting boundaries, to start removing access, to stay away from things that steal your peace, that steal your joy. If there's anything I've discovered about it, it has to do with removing, starting, and growing. Taking a decision, starting scared. You know, for you, it may be starting a business. It could be starting something. It could just be taking a break and allowing yourself to live and allowing yourself to feel free. You know, for me, like the story I shared earlier, for me, I needed to step out without doing anything. I needed to feel that freedom. Now that I would choose to live, I would choose to dream again. I would choose my peace. And so stepping out for me was what brought me freedom, was what made me to start living my best life. It was when I had stepped out, I could think properly. I could decide what I wanted to do next. Now, Because I'd been able to remove, I could see, I could reason, okay, this is the next thing I want to do. This is how I want to do that. This is what I need to do to start living. So, living is choosing to be free. Choosing to be free to dream, to live, to do what you like. Choose to live, to be free. Are you really free right now? Are you living? Or are you just surviving? Are you not choked where you are? You may need to step out. You may need to begin to define what is best for you. It may be, maybe what is stopping you from living your best life could be that job, that friend, that habit. What it is, maybe you need to filter it, you need to write it down. Maybe your best life may look like just having a quiet morning every day. It could be admitting that you need to stop allowing people choose for you. It could be starting a business. So now, makes you happy? What is that thing that makes you come alive? Makes you happy? What is that thing that makes you come alive? What is that thing that gives you joy? And you need to intentionally start protecting your peace. Intentionally. You may need to just sit down and just have a real conversation with yourself and start asking and taking a step. If you just come across this video, this is Let's Talk with Eni, and we're talking about how to live your best life. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. Today I'm not seeing comments. It's like people just join, they want to listen, they are not commenting or something. And you can watch the video again. You know, this morning I just wanted to make this more, I just wanted to make today's one quite brief. And then maybe much later, I would talk about, I would maybe talk about part 2 of it. So for you, living your best, it's not about what everyone is doing. If you want to live, it's about you. You need to be true to yourself. You need to come to a point where you are free to live. You are free to choose. You are free to choose. You are free to dream. Yours may just be deciding to just wake up in the morning and taking a walk, starting a business, starting something that you've been craving to start for a long time, deciding to start making decisions by yourself and not being influenced or doing what everyone is doing or telling you to do. For a long time, you've been doing what everyone is doing. It's time for you to start living and to start intentionally protecting your peace, your joy. Sincerely, since I started doing that, I feel like I'm living now. I feel free. I feel free that now, from the moment I became very intentional about protecting my space, my peace, my joy, I am living. It's something you do intentionally. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt some people. It's going to hurt some things. It's going to make, it's going to mean you making some sacrifices, but it's going to be worth it in the end. You would see yourself truly living, truly happy, truly celebrating, truly growing. So maybe one task we need to do today is you need to pick a paper or a journal and write what really makes me happy. What makes me come alive? What do I do that I feel I'm in my free state? That I feel I'm in my happy place? And what are those things stopping me from achieving them? What am I doing that I feel drained, that I feel forced, I feel choked, and I need to stop? These two things are where your answers are. So you need to start doing one and you need to stop doing the other. And this is when you start living your best life. If you're just joining, I was talking about to live your best life, and I hope that you've been able to learn. If you just joined, you can watch the video again, and I will do a part 2 maybe tomorrow. I will do a part 2 tomorrow also, yeah, maybe tomorrow. I don't know yet. you can don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, and don't forget to watch other videos. You definitely find maybe, I mean, it's not very serious. There are sometimes I talk very serious. There are sometimes I just share some things. That sometimes I share about my work with God. You could grow here. Here's a place where we are growing. We are learning one step at a time. We are allowed to make mistakes, but it's a safe place. It's not a place where we've had it all figured out. We are growing. It's a journey. We are growing one step at a time, and we are growing together. So if you want to grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself, if you want to stay consistent, if you want to be more productive, if you want to build your confidence, if you want a place where you are going to grow and become better every single day, if you want to even grow your work with God, this is the place to be. So thank you so much for joining my live today. I would see you some other time. Whenever I'll see you some other time. So it's good night for those that it's night. It's good morning for those that just woke up. It's good afternoon for those that this is afternoon. Bye.